came for therapy treatment at Tirr Memorial Hermann Hospital, and it was the best thing ever. I started using the Vector to start training how to walk again since I had my prosthetic leg.
We've been really excited with using the Vector here because we have the opportunity to do so many functional kind of activities with the patient because they have more freedom of movement. They have freedom to use their upper extremities.
One of the key points of motor learning is for the patient to be able to learn from their own mistakes. The system will catch them if they do, but it lets them fall enough so that they can kick in those balance reactions and they can feel it.
Getting into the Vector for walking is very simple and very comfortable, not inhibiting at all.
It's not uncomfortable, it's just a little weird. We kind of compared it to a pair of Spanx.
I would say the big difference is I let go, whereas when I don't, I have to keep my hands on them so that they can keep their balance or so that they're not falling. I think one of the other pieces is that we can usually do more of what we were maybe already doing. So if we were walking someone who was really dependent and hard, we were walking maybe 5 feet, and now we're able to walk 80 feet. So we're able to get that repetition in.
A few things that I can do now that we have the Vector is I don't need that second, third, or fourth pair of hands, so I can focus on that one thing with the patient. I have to stop and reposition them, stop, hold their leg. I can focus on that patient and that activity in that moment.
Using the Vector helps to train me to walk and remap my brain and get that left side going again.
I really like the idea of allowing them to kind of learn their own strategies or relearn their own strategies to their balance. I think it adds a level of personal satisfaction as well when they start realizing they're able to do more of this on their own with a little less help from the therapist.
The Vector makes me feel very confident in walking. It's very secure.
The Vector's really nice. You know you're not going to fall. When you do fall, you feel a little bit like a wind chime on the front porch, but it works.
I think one of the first things is obviously to let the patient feel the support of the harness and how it's going to catch them if they do fall, and letting them feel that to gain confidence in the system.
Once they kind of get that sensation, they do feel like they're getting that support, they do tend to be more willing to try maybe activities that maybe they were hesitant to try before.
Every patient has loved it. They have felt very safe in the harness and in the Vector. They have felt like they weren't going to fall. They felt protected.
One of the biggest differences about treating with the Vector is, as a therapist, I can go longer. With a patient who's dependent or max assist to walk, I could maybe only go 50 feet. Now with the Vector, I can do 150 feet. So I can really get some good therapeutic gait training in.
Patients have been able to walk much farther than they have been over ground. So for some patients that are maybe going 10, 15 feet, they're now able to do 50 feet, 70 feet. For patients that are maybe minimal assistance over ground, they're now ambulating with supervision or with little hands-on assistance. It's allowed us to really challenge patients' endurance, and with that I feel that patients are getting a very good workout during our therapy sessions. But with the body weight support of the Vector, it means that I'm not having to work quite as hard.
So with the Vector, I've noticed that I'm working less. I'm not used to that because I'm usually sweating a lot, and I don't find myself sweating after I'm using the Vector. The patients seem to be working hard, but not struggling and having to stop every often. So their fatigue level has decreased, which is fantastic.
It also records my walking so that any abnormalities in my walking or my gait can be corrected before it's too late.
I found the handheld system and the PC itself very, very user-friendly, particularly for somebody that's not very tech-savvy. I've been able to utilise it with relative ease after just 1 or 2 times.
The Vector system is helping me to be more mobile and regain my independence.
It lets me stand up straight for the first time in weeks.
The Vector is doing tremendous things for my patient. It's helping them meet their goals faster. They're happy at the end of the day. They can stand for longer periods of time, whether it's endurance or tolerance.
Every patient that I've had on the Vector has been able to tell me that they felt like it was a beneficial session for them.
It's made a huge difference.